Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to another Walking Dead video. So I wanted to focus on Dead City. Obviously, this show is premiering this week, so expect a lot of my videos to be focused on Dead City. Obviously, I will be doing some Daryl Dixon videos and Rick and Michonne videos here and there, but with Dead City premiering in like 3 days if you have AMC Plus or 6 days if you have it on cable, obviously I'm going to be focusing primarily on that. And man, I feel the hype growing right now. This show is premiering in 3 days. We're gonna have this to watch for like the next 6 weeks, but we also have Comic-Con at the end of next month, which we're gonna get a bunch of stuff for that. Probably a Daryl Dixon trailer, and then maybe a Rick and Michonne teaser trailer or something. They're probably gonna show off something for that. A release date, maybe. There's gonna be a lot of casting announcements then. Like I think Walking Dead at Comic-Con this year is gonna be very, very big. And I say that because of how much Dead City is being promoted. This show is being promoted more than I've seen any Walking Dead show being promoted like in years. Like I remember The Walking Dead used to be everywhere like 5-6 years ago or something like that. Like it feels like that right now. And I'm not talking about The Walking Dead in terms of it like its ultimate hype. I'm not talking about season 4 or 5 Walking Dead because that was nuts. But I'm talking about like season 8, season 9, around that time there where The Walking Dead very much felt alive, and it's starting to feel like that right now with how much they're promoting it. Because yeah, but we'll talk about that in a second here. So obviously, before we go any further, make sure to be a subscriber if you do want to get all my Walking Dead Dead City videos like this. And also definitely go follow me on Twitch. My channel name is Appetite for the Dead. The link is in the description of this video. So what my plan is going to be for every single Thursday, it's gonna be really rough because obviously a lot of you guys know my living situation. Like I have 3 kids, right? And I'm kind of doing it on my own right now. So it's gonna be rough, but I'm gonna be staying up pretty much all night. So the plan is once the episode releases, I believe it's dropping on June 15th. I've seen it posted on there that it's dropping on the Thursday beforehand. Like I know for every single Thursday after June 18th it is, but I believe for the first episode it is as well. So the plan is I'm gonna be waiting for the episode to drop. So while we wait, I'll obviously be streaming on Twitch, answering you guys' questions and whatnot. And once it drops at 12 a.m. Pacific, 3 a.m. Eastern, I'll watch the episode. You guys will see my reaction and stuff on Twitch, and then afterwards I'll get to work on my review and then trailer breakdown for the next episode. So those will be posted early in the morning, and then later that day I'll do some more videos. So it's gonna be really tiring, but I've done this before, so I kind of know what to expect. Although I guess before I had help though, because I wasn't a single dad. But it's gonna be a bit of a challenge. But I still want to do it because it was a lot of fun. I love doing the live streams. I love getting those videos out really early, and I haven't really been that excited to do it for Fear the Walking Dead just because I don't know. Like I enjoy Fear the Walking Dead. Obviously, I really like those characters on the show. It's just that Fear the Walking Dead story isn't that appealing overall, like just compared to The Walking Dead, and that has nothing to do with the characters. It's with the story. Like if those characters were on these shows, I'd be just equally as hyped. So that is the plan. I want to let you guys know that is the plan. So if you haven't followed me on Twitch yet, definitely go do so. My reviews and stuff are obviously always posted right here on YouTube and stuff. So it's I'm excited. I'm really, really excited. I really can't wait. I figured that I would start off the week with a Dead City video talking about episode 1, or maybe even it could be an episode 2 thing. But I wanted to focus on what Negan's reaction to the mutated walkers would be. And I just thought it was something that, a lot of us aren't necessarily focusing on that much because he never really dealt with the mutated walkers from what I remember. Like I'm trying to look back to, I guess there was some that were around because he did kind of react a little bit, I guess. He had that iconic reaction there in episode 23. What these walkers are going to be giving us, it's a lot more intense. Like these walkers are running. Like there's so much here that it's going to be difficult for them to deal with. And so that's why I really wanted to focus on it, because it's something that no one's really talking about. Like the trailer looked so good visually, the story it looked appealing, just the visuals of everything. And obviously people were talking about that mutated walker at the end, but there was a walker in the trailer that was like almost doing parkour. Like, Maggie and Negan are going to be running away from that, and there's going to be a lot of them. So like that is going to be insane. And so do we see that in episode 1? Is that a walker that makes an appearance in episode 1? I think this shot specifically, probably not, because I'm going to assume that a lot of the daytime shots it's going to be more of, like, if I had to give a prediction right now, I'm just going to say it, like, it's probably going to play out like this for episode 1. I think we're going to see Maggie and Negan sort of out there. They'll run into each other. We'll see a lot of shots like this where they're just sort of talking. There's probably going to be shots in the first episode of them at that bar, or not shots, but scenes with them in that bar talking. I do think we'll see Armstrong, Marshall Armstrong, show up, and I think they'll probably be forced to run away. Something's going to happen that leads them basically to a boat, and they're going to be going to New York City. There's going to be a bunch of information that we learn, obviously, about the Croat, which, by the way, it's how you say his name. I heard the actor pronounce it. It's Croat, so I know exactly how to pronounce it now. But we're going to see a bunch of stuff like that, and we're going to see the reveal of New York City to Maggie and Negan, and it's going to be a nighttime shot, obviously. I don't see episode 1 ending with anything during the day. Like I kind of see it being more of a thing that episode 2 begins with maybe a shot like this where we see Maggie and Negan going into this building, and then they deal with some other stuff there. It's kind of hard to say. That's the thing with this show. Like, you know, the episodes could be a little bit longer. I mean, I think they're, for the most part, going to be pretty standard length, but they might jump around. The pacing might be different. You got to remember, like, we can't really compare this to previous episodes or previous shows of the Walking Dead universe, because Eli Yorn, he's the showrunner. He's new to all of this. He's going to be doing things at his own pace, right? So this is kind of, in a sense, unpredictable. Like, I don't know if it's going to follow the same story format as like what Angela Kang did or like what Scott Gimple did, right? So it's going to be very different, but I'm excited to see when they first get there, and then for them to see the mutated walkers, you know? Because the thing is, like, that's what's kind of insane about this is I was convinced for so long that they weren't adding mutated walkers to this show. I thought that, yeah, that was going to be the big thing about France, was they were going to do that. Like, I figured that the show in France, you know, people would be excited about France, but the mutated walker aspect would definitely make it really, really exciting. And then I figured New York City, seeing the Statue of Liberty, that was just going to be enough. But then again, people also weren't that excited for the show. And then we see the trailer and we see what they're giving us with the mutated walkers. And it's definitely making this show look really, really great. And it's going to be interesting to see how they deal with that. Because are we going to get a walker that like zip lines? You know what I mean? I don't know if that's even possible. A walker might try. Like, it's possible that they sort of have that ability to try that, because walkers do try to like open doorknobs, right? Like that is a thing. Or not open doorknobs, but turn doorknobs to open doors, right? They'll actually go to a door. They know that the doorknob will open the door. So they're smart enough to know that. So they'll actually like turn the doorknob to open the door. They might see the zip line and think like, I can go on it and go down. Like, I know it's weird to think that walkers can even think, because traditional zombies that we know of are just, you know, they don't really know anything. Like, they don't have the ability to do anything, but these walkers are different. So, you know, I could see how maybe we could see some walkers that could zip line, maybe a couple of them, but I don't think they're going to do it a lot, because remember, the point of zip lining is that, you know, they got to stay away from these walkers. And that's what's going to be exciting about this show, is just that the threat of these new walkers. It's going to feel like they literally can't go to the ground, right? And so that's why I can't wait to see what Negan's reaction is going to be, because he had that iconic reaction episode 23. I think when he sees these walkers, he's going to be like, you know, I don't want to repeat the line he said, but he was like, what the, you know, and I could see him sort of reacting the same to seeing those walkers running towards him. I mean, hopefully he's able to run away. Like, that's the thing. If he sees walkers running at him, he's going to have to move fast. Like, it's just going to change so much. Like, that's the thing. It's going to change so much of how our characters survive. And it's just, I'm so excited. Like, the Walking Dead universe is going to be so different. Do I think mutated walkers will show up in episode 1? I kind of do. Like, normally I would predict it to just be like, yeah, I think it'll be an episode 2 thing. But because this is going to be something different, because they really want people to stick around and watch, I'm going to say it's an episode 1 thing. Like, I'm just going to go right out and say that. I think we'll see mutated walkers in episode 1. It might just be like a couple of them. Maybe the first episode doesn't necessarily end with Maggie and Negan showing up to New York. Maybe it actually ends with them getting to New York, and then there's some stuff that goes on, but once they get there, they see some mutated walkers that are running at them. Like, if you think of the very first episode of The Walking Dead, Rick arrives in Atlanta, and then it's not like we just see him arrive there and it's like this iconic shot and then the episode ends. We see him go to Atlanta. We see him get attacked by walkers and end up in a tank. Like, there's so much stuff that happens there. So I could see, in a way, this first episode almost ending like that, where they make it to New York. A bunch of running walkers just like come after them. and it's really terrifying. We're all like excited, and then they get trapped somewhere basically, and then the episode ends on a sort of a cliffhanger. I think like if I was a writer, I would write it like that. It's a little nod to the first episode of The Walking Dead, but it's also like this is what the show is going to be about. So I'm excited. Honestly, if you live in New York, I'm really jealous. I mean, first of all, you live in New York. More than that, they're promoting this show so much out there. Like I believe a lot of the stuff out there, or just like restaurants and stuff like that, are gonna have like Dead City labels, and there's a lot of billboards and stuff out there. So I mean, this show, like The Walking Dead never did anything like this, like for the final season. And like, yeah, I'm just very excited. I'm ready to go. I can't wait to watch this very first episode, and it's only 3 days away. So definitely make sure to be a subscriber if you want to get all my Walking Dead content like this. Hope you guys all enjoyed the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.